All right, fellas. All right, ladies. Well, I don't like fellas and ladies. All right, everybody. Let's talk about your wheels. Today we have outlined all kinds of shoes today. We want to talk to you guys about what is appropriate to wear in CrossFit workouts, what's not appropriate to wear in CrossFit workouts, what's stylish versus what you need out of necessity. We want to make sure that you have exactly what you need on those feet whenever you're doing a workout, and we're going to get it rolling. We have laid out about, there's like 12 different shoes here or so. We're going to go into each aspect of what these shoes can do for you in the middle of a workout. We're going to get started right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is a classic.
The OG.
The OG. This is the first release.
Uno.
The numero uno right
Yes.
here. We're gonna pop it off with this. This is the Metcon one of the first ones that they ever released. The Metcon made its way into the CrossFit world by establishing itself through Nike. A CrossFit workout shoe that they could wear whenever they ran, whenever they lifted weights, whenever they're doing gymnastic skills. And so what I want to identify here is just kind of their evolution over the course of time and how they made this just a little bit better. What you want to get out of this though is that when you're working out in a CrossFit workout, you want something on your feet that can help you transition from movement to movement as well as from modality. So if you are in the middle of a workout that requires you to do barbell squats or deadlifts or power cleans and then take it off into a run, you want to be able to have a shoe that allows you to do that, work from surface to surface. It's something that you feel comfortable in and you're not going to feel like you got your feet beat up after you had to finish your AMRAP with a 400-meter run. So this CrossFit Metcon 1 goes into the 2. We skipped over a generation and go into the 3 right after that. And with that, the shoe itself actually gets a little bit better and evolves over the course of time. What you'll see is that the sole actually becomes a little bit more comfortable. On the back of the heel, it starts to identify itself with this little notch right here that allows it to do handstand push-ups. It's just an all-around great shoe, guys. We go into a cross trainer as we get a little bit further from the Metcon, because there were some people that complained about having issues with their running, their soles of their feet hurting with just a more flat shoe right here with the Metcon. And I'm gonna let Bryce take it away from there.
As we go from here, we transfer more over to like that Nike Metcon Free. So this is a good, I guess you could say, hybrid between your lifting shoe and more of like a running all-around training type of shoe. The sole is a lot I should say softer. Not as personally, I don't think it's as stable when we're lifting as the Metcon 3s, the 2s, or the 1s, but it still is an all-around good shoe for training and stuff like that. As we move down the line, Nike did a really good job with like spinning off different models of the Metcon and kind of grabbing all of our attention with like different styles and different colors and all kinds of different stuff. So we go over to the DSX, the Fly Knit, and these are actually a pretty rad shoe. I like the design, I like how they look. The stability is all there, and also the comfort. So if you see, one of the big things that's different is they have actually like a pad for like your Achilles or your heel. These are a little more bare. So there's a little bit extra behind this shoe. Performance wise, it's not much different, to be honest. It's more just about comfort and look, stuff like that. And now we go into one of my personal favorites, is the Noble Trainer. These guys kind of clown me for them, but I love the Noble Trainers. I think they're stylish. I think they look cool. Obviously, this is all like personal opinion. Not everybody's gonna think that, but I think they're pretty cool. Comfort, they're a little rough when you first get them, but as you go in and break them in, they just kind of mold over to your foot. And honestly, they're not my favorite shoes. One of the OGs of all time is obviously Vans. I know that may seem alarming to some, it may seem different, but people use Vans a lot for deadlifting, squatting, any sort of like powerlifting type of deal. Very flat sole. There's not much to the cushioning, so it allows you to get that real solid feel with the floor and feel connected to the floor with your foot. And then, when we're pulling heavy weights and stuff like that, there's no give in the sole. So it's all there, ready to go. It's
Converse
Super
was a
cool.
lot like that too, right?
Converse is the same
Yeah.
way. Like Converse, you know, I never worked out in Converse or anything like that, but I've worn some before, and I could see how they could definitely tie over into that as well.
Moving down the line, we've gotten through all the CrossFit shoes, and we're starting to move into that specialty. So a lot of times people ask, why switch over to something else for something specific? The first we've got is kind of like this, I guess, a Reebok trainer. Honestly, get that out of here. I'm a big fan of saying you get what you pay for. So in order to get a better shoe, you're gonna have to pay a little bit better of a premium price. So Reebok, sorry, but not a big fan. Your stuff has kind of been on a decline ever since the pump. Nobody's really wanted any of that stuff. So with CrossFit, a lot of times people want a specific running shoe. Yeah, that was a definite plug.
We'll be getting a letter from CrossFit HQ.
CrossFit HQ is just gonna not like that. That's cool. So a lot of times now we're seeing a lot more running, especially in competition, but we do have a lot of people that are runners when they're not doing CrossFit. So having something like the Nike Epic React, which these are probably one of the most comfortable shoes. Jasper and I have a bunch of pair of these. Super comfy. It's got the kind of sock, the fly knit sock.
Yeah.
The only downside of this is not the greatest for stability. So once you try to move, especially laterally forward to back, you're gonna have a lot of movement in there. So great for running, probably not the best. Yeah, probably not the best for CrossFit, especially lifting, just because these are super like squishy soles. Then you've got just kind of like your everyday walking around in, looking really good in shoe. So the stay fly. So these are really good for coaches. So when you're on your feet pretty much like all day, the Vapor Max, same thing. It's got the fly knit sock, but you try to do like box jumps or power cleans, this thing will probably give you a flat tire, and you will not like the feel of that. So.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
to the Achilles.
These slippers is fly, so you put on those things and you try to jump in a CrossFit workout, you're gonna get some weird looks. Last but not least, obviously we get this a lot, weightlifting shoes. So one of the big questions that we get is, one, should I buy them? Two, what do I use them for? So in the Olympic weightlifting world, you'll see every Olympic weightlifter has some type of version. The two that we have here are the Nike Romaleo 3, which is the newest version, and then the Reebok Legacy Lifter, which I think this is their newest one as well. The only thing you're really going to see difference in is heel height. So some people like a little bit higher of a heel, especially when it comes to mobility. Some people like a little bit lower of a heel or a little bit lower of a drop. But the big reason why weightlifters like to use these, obviously solid heels. So we're doing explosive or movements that involve a lot of impact. So we like to have that stability. The other big thing you'll see with these is the inside is going to be a little bit stiff. We don't want a lot of spring or bounce in it. So the Nikes are really great. I think these will run you right about $200, and these things will last you forever. So they always say once you get a pair of weightlifting shoes, you're probably going to have them for the rest of your CrossFit or weightlifting career. The Reebok Legacy Lifter, the difference between these two, these are a little bit heavier, and they kind of look funny. They look like you're like going bowling with a chrome heel. So. But the big thing with weightlifting shoes is if you do CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, and that's something that you've been doing, or you do like 4 to 5 days a week, these are a great investment for days when you're doing back squatting, for days when you're doing just specific Olympic weightlifting. Not the best for a workout. The big thing is weightlifting shoes are great for weightlifting, a lot of strength movements. Keep those for that. So you want to switch out if you're going into some type of like a conditioning workout, like an AMRAP or rounds for time. Switch back over to your Metcons, your No Bulls, and then if you're just kind of hanging out, bebopping around, that's the best thing for your feet right there. But
make sure you guys have something comfortable on your feet. When you're working out, having that comfort is huge.
And nothing is right or wrong. Some people really like Nike, some people really like No Bulls and Reebok. The big thing that you're really going to see a change in, they're all actually kind of like the same price. So try them all out. If somebody's got the same size shoe as you, just ask them if you can try their shoe on, and then find what works best for you.
Yeah, do that.
Just do it.
Just do it.